Hello. Hello. 103,000 degrees. I believe you. But don't let me keep you up, Isa. It's a face. No, not yet, Connie. Yes, I am, Dave. Hello, Paul. Hi, Sue. It's still here, Toph. I don't actually go to the post office until the 11th of this month. And so when I go there, I'll do it all at the same time. Because I got a bunch. And I have to send it. There's all of this, all of that, plus 3 that just fell on the floor. So I got stuff to do beforehand. And that costs money. So that I don't send that for free. So we have to wait. Yes. You are right, Dave. You are right. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to do one a month from now on instead of like 14. It is exhausting, Pierre. Oh, little Norman and the charms. Me too, actually. Thank you, Lourdes. So what I wanted to do was, so I did a video a while back on signs around the time that Donald Trump is leaving. And I want to check on those. To see if we have experienced them already. I did a reading like this once before, but it's not conclusive. So I want to know, has this stuff happened? Is it going to happen? And if it has happened, can we get like details? Like, I don't want just, oh yes, the stocks have dropped. Like, whose stocks have dropped? As everybody says, is the stock market itself falling? Is it just individual companies? Should we be just looking at like Facebook? When Facebook drops, then he's going, or when Coca-Cola drops, then, you know, that type of deal. So let's see. We'll start with the protest. I think we have seen that one, yes, but in the interest of completion, I will do each one of them. So, protest. Have the protests happened? Happening, but has it happened? So, 4 of cups, 4 of coins, 2 of cups, holding on and unions, judgment, 6 of pentacles, Six of Swords, Ace of Cups, King of Coins, the Sun, Knight of Wands, and the Death card. So okay, last time I did this reading, right? It said that the protest was not necessarily a protest for like George Floyd or anything like that. It was around something that was supposed to be sent out, and then there was a protest around it. So I thought at the time, we thought, okay, maybe this is stimulus. Maybe they don't give the stimulus, and some people got it, some people didn't. But we thought that nobody would get it, and then, you know, some crap hit the fan. And then we was like, well, maybe it's a PPE thing to where they're supposed to be giving out supplies and they didn't. And then there was a huge backlash. I still feel that. I still feel it's something around health and death that causes the protest. That's what I got last time. Here are the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. There is something being withheld for those it needs to help. Okay. Judgment, Six of Swords, and Death this is when Death becomes the Death card. When I see cards like this, talking about transitioning, and then Judgment means the other side. So it is something to do with health, something to do with death. So that's where the protest is going to come in. So the protests are happening, but I think it gets larger when some sort of emotion is evoked with the Ace of Cups. So, yeah. I think there is going to be some sort of protest yet to come. That's what I think. So it is happening, as in right now, but it has not hit its peak just yet. So important person is targeted or harmed. I'll say harmed, but you know what I mean. An important person is targeted or harmed. Now, I want to clarify important person because I never clarified it before. I just figured it was a politician, world leader, or something like that. But it could just be a celebrity or somebody that we just know. Like a, not saying it's him, but like a Zuckerberg or somebody with a public name, basically. So, important person harmed, and then tell me who. Has it happened? Is it happening? The Empress. This is life. Nine of Coins. This is a lot of money or a very important person. This is the person of self-sufficiency, the person who's well-to-do. Snake in the grass. Five of Cups. Sorrow and tragedy. Disappointment. 10 of Pentacles, big money, legacy, a name that lives on. 10 of Wands, this is burden, overpowered, overcome. 8 of Wands, swiftness through the air. 10 of Cups, it's in the fear left behind. The Ace of Cups, invoke the new emotion. 8 of Swords, powerless to defend. So this was a swift thing. And Judgment. So they have already passed, but this was a very important person. A person with a legacy name. So this is a person who has descendants, who not just has descendants, but they had influence and they had stature of where they were, but they have crossed over already. So this has happened. I was trying to see if maybe if like a military thing would come out, maybe we could tag this as Soleimani, but that's still possible because he does have descendants, but it's a big name. So who is a big name besides Epstein? Who is a big name that would have been targeted that has now already crossed over? Like a big name. Something that would be known to everybody. Now, this person's already gone. So this is not like an attempt. So this is not attempt on Trump or any world leader or attempt like that. They were already gone. Like this has happened to them already. But it was swift and they were powerless to defend, which is why I was thinking Soleimani, because his was like a attack, surprise attack type thing. But this is, it wasn't a surprise. Like it was a surprise attack, sure. But they were powerless. Like things around them were, what's the word? Were disabled. Kind of, I'm not Epstein, but it was kind of like an Epstein situation to where cameras are off, guards are gone. Like everything was disabled around them, and then boom. Like if I got the Knight of Swords, it would have been like an attack like Soleimani got hit with the missile or something. But this one was where everything was disabled, and then they were gone. The only reason I don't say Epstein is because this person has descendants. Well, he could have descendants too. But outside of us knowing about him now, how important of a person was he? Because this person was important. Was important in life, about life, for life, something of that nature. What did Khashoggi do? Was he just a journalist? This person was important, and they had descendants. Not just important, but they had money. Either way, they're gone. So that has happened. The protest, I think the protests are still happening. And we're going to get one about medical supply or something of that nature. Is what I think. So, there's that. But they were for it to be Kobe Bryant would have to be targeted. Because I'm not ruling out anybody outside of Epstein, but I can't really rule him out anymore either, because I was saying a person who has descendants. I didn't know if he had children or not. But I mean, the lifestyle they lived was something that you could say, oh, a child would come out of that somewhere. But I don't know. That one is, I don't know. Let's see, what did they do? I'll ask what they did. Because, well, see, Kim Jong-un, I've never gotten that he's dead. It never come up in the cards for me that way. So I can't say it was him. Now, if he is Morte, then yeah. But I've never gotten that he was, I can't get the cards to say that he is gone. Like I did a reading this morning about somebody else who was in the news, and it showed that they were dead, and I think they are, but I could never see that Kim Jong-un was dead. So what I'm going to ask is, what did this person do for a living? Since they were such an important person and they had legacy money and legacy name, what did they do? Maybe we can narrow it down. But I'm not going to rule out anybody. We'll just see. What did this person do? There's death, change, 8 of Swords. Cohen was sent back to prison. That child. Knight of Coins. There is okay, 10 of Swords. The World. 10 of Cups. 10 of coins. 9 of coins. 8 of wands. All his cards come back up again. The magician. This was someone along the lines of mercenary. I'm going to go with Soleimani or someone in his position. Here's why. There is the death card is the first card we start with, and it's not death for me unless it's surrounded by the cards that reinforce this. And it is. It's surrounded by the 10 of swords. So this is a person whose job was possibly military or mercenary. Mercenary as an assassin. Because they too were hired with the Knight of Coins. What crosses it is the 8 of Swords. This was their business. This is something they were in. It was something that they were meant to do to incapacitate. Now, I said signs around the time he's going, they were not all necessarily going to happen all at the same time. Because Soleimani was killed, back in February, March, some early in the year. But I'm going to go with him. Whoever job it was to be, it's a mercenary. A mercenary for hire someone whose job it was to either strategize and kill or kill themselves. So if that was anybody else, then fine. But that's the only name I can draw to right now. So stocks dropping. Stocks dropping. Has this happened? Is this happening? Are we yet to see what you showed me? What? What can you tell me about that? The stocks. The Knight or King of Cups. Let's see. The Hangman. The 2 of Coins. Imbalance, money. 2 of Cups. 10 of Coins. King of Wands. 2 of Wands. 5 of Coins. There's your hardship. The Fool and the 2 of Swords. This has happened today. This in particular layout here. Okay, so according to them, I think it was happening anyway. They just tied 2 and 2 together, which I'm skeptical that one had to do with the other. But anyway, that's really besides the point. Today, they said because the Supreme Court ruling said that Manhattan can get his taxes or can subpoena his tax information. Then they said, okay, the stocks dropped because of that. I don't think it was because of that. I think it was just something that was going to happen anyway. And to create a salacious story, they tied the 2 together. But here's support for the king. This is my support king. As in, this is the person who does your day-to-day work. And then there's the hangman. There was something blocked from the person who does the day-to-day work. So we'll call this William Barr and Steve Mnuchin, those type of people, because there is 2 people here with the 2 of Cups. So we'll say Barr and Mnuchin, who have been trying to protect this man for the longest of times. I thought about that too, Betty. Was his fall an accident? But anyway. The hangman here, they have been caught up. There's something that they cannot do. I said this too, though, a long time ago, but this is not even, I said it, but you don't have to be psychic to know this. I said that he was going to start losing support. And his supporters, there's something coming that they can't stop, is what I've been saying. And this is happening now. The imbalance around his legacy around his house, around money, around where that money comes from, the deep ties. This is the Helper King. Now, the Helper King is different than because this is like second in command. So this would be vice president. This is the ones who do your day-to-day work. So here is the actual like second in command. But in this case, these are the people who actually do the doing. So this is the courts. This is the courts who made the ruling on his taxes, thus released the hardship. Again, I don't think one had to do with the other, but you know, any negative news they say takes the stock market down, which anyway, I'm not really a stock market person because, you know, as Lena Rodriguez says, the stock market is not the same as the economy. So anyway, there's 5 altcoins, so there's some hardship. So all in all, this has happened. And it is happening, like the protest. So we're 3 for 3 right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 signs that were given to me right now. 3 out of 8 have happened or happening. And let me just say this. I don't mean to sound messy, but I'm going to say this. And again, don't put nobody's name in the comments because I'm not trying to open up the forum for bashing other people on YouTube, whether they read or not. But I've said this before, and everybody can take a shot at it. It's not a big deal because, I mean, it's not really changing our lives. But nobody knows when he is leaving. Nobody. I gave a prediction and it's come and gone twice. So that doesn't work. Everybody has tried to say, well, he's going to go in 2 weeks. He's going to go on February 1st. None of it has happened because nobody knows. Nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been reading cards and clouds and whatever else. Nobody knows. The reason nobody knows is because so much stuff changes on an hourly basis. Who saw this coming yesterday, that his stuff was going to be pushed out there? Like, actually, we did. Me, Jen, and Becca did a reading, said one thing's going to be blocked, one thing's going through, and that has happened. But, again, thank you, Lenny. Nobody knows when he's going to leave because there's still a lot of stuff around him. So he's not the only one who has to decide this. In order for us to get an accurate description or accurate time, I think you would have to know what he's going to do, what this person's going to do, what this person's going to do with it. Like there's way too many moving parts. So now what you can do is it's kind of like a car. I don't know nothing about cars, so pardon me if I get some of this wrong. But it's kind of like a car. Like you can tell if it's the brakes because you hear the squeaking sound. You can tell if it's the fan belt because there's a fan belt sound. But it could be other stuff in there. And so, yes, you may have a fan belt loose, but there might be something else once the diagnostic is done. And so, yes, we can see the signs of him leaving. But until you get down in there and figure out what makes the decision, we do not know the full picture. So all we can really do is estimate, guesstimate. Everybody will be wrong. It's okay. Wrong is good. You're a human being interpreting spiritual messages. You're going to get it wrong. So, anywho, so the GOP, the Grand Old Party, O-L-E actually, the Grand Old Party gets a new leader. Now, I could say that, well, this was, I always said it was Mitt Romney, which there was an article written, not that that necessarily says that what I said was true, but there was an article written that Mitt Romney is the new leader of the old GOP. And I've always said that. But let's say that maybe that wasn't true. So you show me cards. Do they have a new leader? Is one coming? Because you can always say that the new leader of the GOP will be the new Republican nominee, or it'll be Pence, or maybe whoever is taking the reins. But where are all these upside down? The Chariot. Chariot is the first card. Slow progress. Somebody coming up from behind. The Four of Swords, waiting their turn. So the new GOP leader is not in power, waiting their turn. The Four of Swords and the Chariot. The Chariot for me is slow movement. Thank you, Jen. I actually have some coming too. Seven of Pentacles. They have a lot of friends. They have a lot of friends. They have a lot of deep-seated connections in their party. Knight of Cups. They talk a good game. I still say this is Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney right now is with his marching down the street with Black Lives Matter and trying to get a $2,000 a month stimulus for everybody. Not one check, one time. He's saying per month until this is all done. Thank you, Angelag. Angelag. I'm going to say Angelag. That's what I'm saying. Always have to pause on that. Thank you, T-Bar. King of Cups. Thank you, Peggy. Page of Cups. Ace of Swords. This person has the support of the community, of his community. They talk a good game and they surprise many people. Thank you, Desiree. They surprise many people. Knight of Swords. Thank you, Becca. Two of Cups. And the Four of Cups. The GOP gets a new leader. He's got the support. What is Mitt Romney sign? Does anybody know? Where's my telephonist? Let me see if I can look it up. Mitt Ramen Noodles. Born March 12th. March 12th. I wish I knew this by heart. That's too many dates to keep up with, though. Thank you, Ann. March 12th is a Pisces. There it is. There it is, your water sign man, waiting his turn. That's interesting. So he's here. There's your new leader. Melania and Donald have some issues. And I think, well, it's not necessarily saying it's a bad thing when she renegotiated. Thank you, Cynthia. When she renegotiated her prenup. But here's my thing. Like for those who have been married for 100 years, like you can't, okay, people are individuals, right? So I can't really lump everybody together. But when you when you've been together and you like, thank you, Sally, and you really, really like love each other, right? And y'all are ride or die, Bonnie and Clyde together. You don't have a conditional relationship like we assume they do. I'll say assume to be fair. We know, but I'll assume to be fair. You don't really have instances where you renegotiate a prenup unless you think something is just not right. Like when you are in the thick of it. Thank you, Gigi. When you are in the thick of it, and does your mind really go to your prenup? I don't know. That's just me. I just don't think. Um, I think that was our glimpse into something's not right. And then when we did the reading, this shows why did she renegotiate? She renegotiated because the fan is going to be nicely decorated and she doesn't want to be sprayed. So did y'all see that her effigy in Slovenia was burnt down? They don't like you there either. Mercy. Okay. So Melania and Donald's marital problems. Has that hit the fan, or is this yet to come? What we got, what we're doing. Let's see. Six of Swords. Transition moving forward. Moving on. The swords are in the boat this time. Somebody's even pointing it out. The little boy. Possible Baron saying, hey, do you see the signs? Oh, Knight of Swords. This is quick, erratic energy. Okay, let's keep going. I won't stop there. Let's keep going. The Moon. The Magician. Manipulator. Two of Pentacles. Off balance. Struggle to juggle. Eight of Wands. There's a lot of quick energy with that term. Okay. Queen of Coins. Judgment. The World. King of Wands. Has it happened or happening? It has both. It has happened and it is going to happen again. So there's yes on that one. So we are 5 for 8 right now. Six of Swords, Knight of Swords, quick transition, quick moving forward. This was not a long drug out thing. This was something fast, some sort of incident. I'll call it an incident. It's not a tower incident to where it's sudden. It's more of a build up and then boom kind of incident. Like the tower is out of nowhere. You can see the signs of this one. And then it just happened. So there was a build up to it. So we can see the signs when he crushed her spirit at the inauguration type of thing. But there's manipulation and communication with the Eight of Wands and the Magician. But the Judgment means that it's going to reoccur the exact same way. It is going to reoccur, and there will be a arbitrator or some sort of judge or lawyer involved. But not a person who is presiding over a case. It's like a mediator between the two. Like they both have their sides and then both were. So in other words, we're not in a courtroom. This is just in an office somewhere. If I got the King of Swords, we can say it was a courtroom, but the King of Wands is mediator in between. So yes, it's happened and happening. Florence. Florence, let me look now. Quiet. Let me look, Florence. Because I don't know how to fix that. Wish they put your name in alphabetical order. I don't see your name. When did you join? Maybe it takes a minute. Thank you, Angel. I don't see it. Maybe it'll take a minute and refresh. Okay. So foreign money called into question. Now we thought this was, thank you, Karen. Oh, you're not Uruguay. What was it called? Y'all know what that place, Ukraine. So we thought that maybe that's what it was. So has it happened, or is it happening, or is it yet to come? You did? Okay. Ten of Cups and the Moon. What was I doing? Oh, foreign money called into question. Seven of Pentacles. The Star. It feels like yes, it has happened. Thank you, Pam. Okay, so refresh my memory here. The Ukraine was give me dirt, I give you money? Or what was that? Because there's something here about, but it involves more than just Trump. It's like important people in the government, like even in the Republican Party itself. So this was not a one-man mission. But it was done in the cover of night type of thing, to where it was like secret communication. And Democrats found out, but they don't have all the info. You know what? I really think this is interesting. Okay, so where's my thing? Where's my things? Oh, son of a mother. It's way over. I'm not going way over it. Okay. Let's see if I can memorize. Because, okay, here's where my train of thought is going. So follow me if you dare. The reason he wants his taxes secret is because of foreign money, wouldn't you say? Not because, it shows he's a loser. It shows he has foreign money, which means he is beholden. Thank you, Beth. That he is beholden to someone else, which is why I think to be president, you must show your taxes because we need to know that some country doesn't have it. You can't work for the government with crushing debt because they think someone would then have, influence over you. So what I'm thinking is foreign money called into question could be his taxes, which show foreign money, which would lead to a questioning. But I'm not sure about that, so let's do these, and hopefully I remember what these things mean. And I don't. I know what that means. I know what that means, and I don't know what that means. I didn't get any money. I was looking for the money, so I'll just put that back. They say something, but I don't know what it means, and I'm not going to look it up. Foreign money called into question. What does that mean? What does that mean? And is it happening? Like, what is the case exactly? Describe it to me. I'll describe it to y'all, and we'll see what we get. Yeah, let's do one. Because mind you, there's two money signs. One is money called into question of a foreign nature. The other one is a bribery case that is also in the news. It's not necessarily his. It's just a bribery case is in the news. Okay, so we got the Sun and the Ten of Swords with the Fool. So it does involve him directly. So this is not somebody else's foreign money called into question. This has something specifically to do with him. So it is either his taxes or it is Ukraine or, well, it's anything in the world. I'm sure he bribed Big Bird at some point. So there is something involving him directly. Page of Coins and Page of Wands. This is a money talk. The Page of Pentacles is like news coming in about money, a lump sum. So this is a payment of some sort. And the Page of Wands is money, not money, but messages going back and forth. So with these two, it is something that was not done before. So I'm not going towards the taxes because the pages say something new. His taxes go back a long ways. The Two of Coins and the Ten of Coins imbalance around money. The Fear is the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Cups is in the hopes. The environment is the High Priestess and the Five of Cups, keeping secrets that would cause hardship. Thank you, Barbara. Ten of Cups, the Democrats are in the fear or in the word of warning. So this is something they've already done. So I'm going to go Ukraine. So Ukraine has happened, manipulation around money that was given out. So there's your answer. This is manipulation with the Magician. This is charity or giving. So yes, the money that was supposed to be given to the Ukraine. So yes, that one has happened. So we are 6 of 8. Bribery case. Let's see. No, you can't message private in the chat. I think I could, but you can't. So, bribery case in the news. I haven't heard any. So I would assume this is yet to come. So bribery case in the news. Has it happened? Is it happening? Is it yet to happen? And then what can you tell me about it? Ten of Swords. Something coming to an end. Backstabbing. It could be exposure, even though it's not the sun. Because once the crime is there, the Chariot. Eight of Cups. King of Cups. Magician. Queen of Swords. Five of Swords, Page of Wands, the Star, and the Three of Wands. It is yet to happen. Okay, so what is the bribery case? I think I have an idea, but let's do it separate. What is the bribery case? Let's use this one. The fish in the bouquet. Gifts of money. Yeah. Winter, you can ask a question. You don't have to donate. Now, if it's a personal reading, I'm not doing those at the moment because we have a couple of topics to get through first. So, bribery case. Fish in the bouquet. A bouquet of fishes. What can you tell me about the bribery case? See, Barbara, that's where my mind was going, but I won't say that just yet, so I don't influence anything. You do that, Becca. Strength and the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, strength around messages of money is where we start. There is not just, because this is also news about money coming in or news about money that is owed to you or due to you, and not just money. It can be whatever, some sort of thing. Even pentacles are just tangible, so it could be money, it could be a document about money, it could be whatever. But there is strength around it, which means that someone holds a position over that thing. Five of Swords, that's what I just said. So this is the bully card. This is the person who has, oh good Lord, it's coming out. This is the person who has the influence, the position of power, the advantage. Three of Swords. This is the betrayal, the heartbreak. Around Two of Cups. This is a former partner or someone that you were supposed to be unified with. So we're going to keep going, but it hasn't revealed who just yet, but it is telling us for absolute sure that somebody has exercised their strength and influence over somebody else. Knight of Cups. An offer. The Four of Cups that they could not refuse. Okay, so there's your actual bribery. The other stuff is just saying this is a strong man operation. This is your actual bribe. Like this is, but it's not a bribe in the sense that, like Blagojevich did for Obama's seat, to where, hey, if you give me this amount of money, I can make sure you sit here. No, this is like, this feels like protection money type thing. If you know what that means, I'll walk you through where I'm going. So let's say, for instance, you have a little boutique somewhere in the world, and some people come in and say, you need to give us $400, and that is your protection for your boutique. And then you say, well, I don't need protection. We got police and this and this and this, right? And then they say, no, you need to give us $400. Otherwise, you know, it could be, thank you, Connie. It's nice when people know things. It's a threat, but it's veiled like an offer. And so if you don't give us this $400, you could be beat up, you know, by the local thugs. Not to say that the local thugs were actually part of their organization. They just go in and strong arm people's businesses. And so it is a threat masked as an offer, but you don't really have much of a choice, because if you don't pay the money, then they're going to burn your place down or something stupid like that. So it's one of these type of things to where I'll give you this, and then you can have that, or you give me this and you can have that. But if you don't, I hope you like your kneecaps. It's and you know, that type of thing. Extortion, exactly. So it's that type of thing. This is extortion. But they have all the advantage. Yeah, the fear is the secrets. Not just secrets, but like I say, the High Priestess is not secret because she's whispering. It's secret because not a lot of people know this. That's the reason it's secret. And then the Devil. The Devil is not in the fear card. It's not in the word of warning. It's not even in the environment. This is the hopes. That you are attached to me and you cannot get out of this. So yes, exactly, Kathy's mom. This is Mafia 101. So somebody was threatened and put under duress. The Six of Cups and the Lovers. These people are possibly, again here, they work together. They knew each other for a very long time with these Six of Cups, or they've had a relationship off and on for a long time. So these are not strangers. This is not just move into the neighborhood and threaten everyone. These people knew each other. It's kind of like Like if it was, let's say for instance, this is not what I'm saying, but let's say for instance, this was a Cohen Donald situation. They've known each other for a long time, and then Cohen goes to Donald and says, hey, if you don't do this, blah, blah. So it's kind of that thing. It's where they knew each other for a long time. King of Cups is in the fear, or in the word of warning. So there's a man involved who could blow this thing open. We'll come back to him. The Wheel of Fortune, the Word of Solace. This is coming out. Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. This is coming out, and it's going to be in the court too. This is coming out. So, we know how it's going down. Who does it involve? Because this person who is on the receiving end of the thuggery has been in this position for quite some time. It's Peridot and Ruby. Neither are my births, so I just picked two at random, actually. Is there, which kind do you want? This one and this one. Okay. So, who does it involve? Can you tell me? Strength. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. There's a King of Cups involved. But there is a woman, a worldly woman, who's got money and influence of some sort. I don't know if she's doing the bribing or if she's just adjacent to the person who is being done in. But there's strength and 10 of Swords. So she is between the doom and the strength. And there again is the offer you cannot refuse. And it has run its course. So this is coming out. There's a bribery. It involves a man with the King of Cups. It involves something about a woman. Maybe she is used as the leverage, or maybe she is the one being bribed. But we shall see. Okay, so the bribery is yet to come. So we are 6 of 8 still. So the bribery is yet to come. The protest, I think, is still happening. It is still happening. So the tanker. The one that confused me the most, but okay, so it might, I don't know ships and things. So it might not be a tanker. This is what I called it. But I know what an aircraft carrier looks like, and it wasn't that. But it looked like a ship. And so think of a ship. Just think of the body of the ship. And then it had like big poles coming out of it, kind of like telephone tower type thing, to where they would go up, and then they got little things poking out the top of them. Where's my damn I don't have my phone, so I can't like try to pull up a picture of it, but let's just call it a boat. So a boat in the water that makes the news. So this is not just some boat in the water. It makes the news because it is in water that it should not be, or something of that nature. So it's possibly intercepted. So let's see. The ship, the boat, the tanker, the waterized scooter. What was it? Has it happened? Is it happening? Or is it yet to happen? Okay. I love wins. The Hangman. And the Six of Pentacles. So let's keep going. Ace of Swords, Star, Temperance. Whatever it is, it holds weapons. It holds weapons. So it's not a cruise ship. It holds weapons. With the Ace of Wands. This is my card for weapons. And it is foreign. With the Emperor and the Temperance. This is like a spy ship type of deal. With the Star and the Ace of Pentacles, there's like reconnaissance. So like we need you to go get something, come back, and whatever. Or maybe it's not a weapon. Maybe it's like a radar device to where you can't find them or whatever it is. But there's something on there that is used for offense. And not necessarily to blow something up, but just to, it's offense that has weapons on it. But it's not happened yet. At least I don't think. Unless it's happening right now. Because it will be in the news, but this feels like, okay, let me. I know they intercepted Russian planes, Alaska airspace. But there's a boat in the water. What else can you tell me? There's your quick travel that just blew out of the deck. So it's happening now. Possibly. High Priestess. I'm still going to go spy plane or spy boat, spy something. Knight of Swords. There's weapons on it. It is meant to go out and do something, but it can attack too. The World. Two of Pentacles off balance. So, yeah. They have whales, too, that they use for spy missions. Like whales, like narwhals or whatever they're called. They train animals for deep diving and spy missions. Seven of Cups. And Knight of Wands. There's your travel. So yeah, this is some sort of spy plane. This is why it's in waters that it should not have been. It could be Chinese. I know they did send some out. I don't know what kind of boats they were, but they did send some stuff out too, as the boat card just flies out. So maybe it is Chinese. Maybe that was our clarification there, or confirmation. So that was the signs. So yeah, they use animals, whales. Hmm. Yeah, I did a reading on it before because I seen the story that they are using whales because whales can go deeper than their ships can, and not to mention, if a whale is swimming beside you in your boat, you are not likely to think that that whale is spying on you. Yeah, they use whales. Um, I'm pretty sure we do too. I mean, anything was good for the goose is good for the goose. So I'm pretty sure we do it too. Anyway, so with this taxes thing, what do we want to know? What are we looking at? Yes, leave the whales alone. But they're going to use them. Yeah, we use dolphins. They use animals. I mean, to do all this type of stuff. Why not? You know, they use every damn thing else. Anyway, so what do we want to know? What do I need to look at? If we just if nothing, then I'm gonna go do something else. All right, thank you, Rita. Yeah, I do want to know. Yeah, how does he feel about that? His current mental state. Now, I have not watched the news because I don't have the ability to watch the news. All I can look at is headlines and that type of deal. So, let's see. We'll start with his mental state. We have a medical emergency. I shouldn't laugh at that, but I'm sure he's tripping balls right now. Oh, mercy. I shouldn't laugh at someone's despair, but we have to always remember there's a child trapped in a cage and he's okay with it. So I can't feel sorry for you, no matter what happens to you. If I get a little giggle out of it, then okay, so be it. Magician and the Temperance. The blame game has started. He is starting with those closest to him. So he's going to go for his circle of support, and that's where he's going. I just heard that. The blame game has started. The Tower and the Four of Pentacles, that which you were holding on to is blown apart. You can no longer hold on to it. It is not hold on to a bowl. So it is coming out. Page of Swords, there's a fear. Negative news. King of Pentacles. Mighty Man. Ace of Wands, new actions, and the Moon. It's very there's rage. He's going through. It's kind of like I envision, so just think this emotionally. If you were to take a light switch and just flick it on and off and on and off and on and off, that's kind of what it is. But each time you flick it on and off, a new emotion comes in. It's like going that quickly to where it's like, oh, I'm upset. Oh, I'm despondent. Oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm upset. Oh, I'm despondent. Oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm upset. It's doing that right now because he doesn't know where the end game is on this in particular issue because they could not help it. So, okay. So y'all fill me in. The Supreme Court has blocked the House from getting his financial information, but Manhattan can get his financial information. Is that right or wrong? Okay. So Manhattan can get it. Have they tried today? Oh, yeah. The House, they went back to the lower courts. Okay. So didn't the lower courts say no? So what did the lower, fill me in on that. What did the lower courts say? Okay, so Cy Vance is going to move on the Deutsche Bank. Isn't that what you were getting? Is Deutsche Bank the other day, Becca, when your angels gave you the numbers? This is the scooters, which is the root on it. So if the lower court said yes, then the Supreme Court just says go back to the lower courts. Why can't they just then initiate that ruling that was already done? So, at least for right now, Cy Vance is going to move on Deutsche Bank to get records. But what is he going to do? Cy Vance and the Mazars Bank. So if he's moving on Deutsche Bank, what does that even mean? Because if you get the records, do you bring a case against a sitting president? So Cy Vance, what is your end game here? There's your Deutsche Bank. And then boom, here it happens. Cy Vance and Deutsche Bank. So there will be a new action taken. First card we get, Ace of Wands. There will be a fight, naturally, because naturally, politics will get in the way. The Hermit. So we go into a period of investigation. The Five of Swords. We'll see what that means later. World. Big picture. Page of Cups and that Five of Swords. There is there's going to be a lot of back and forth. There's going to be a lot of talk about offices. You're going to hear that word maybe a lot, to where, because Barr is going to have something to say, even though he has no real direct jurisdiction because he's over all the AGs, but that means he's over Letitia, not Manhattan. So, but he is going to have something to say. He is the highest law official in the country. So he's going to have something to say. Whoever stands on the bully pulpit is going to use that power. I don't know what it is he can do, but we're about to find out. The Hierophant, yes, someone in the government in a high place. The Seven of Pentacles. These cards kind of worry me because they are very slow. They don't have an urgency. If you're going to bring something, well, okay, that's true too. Let's pull this back first. Don't look at this information as the thing that needs to get him out. Because what I was just doing was that. Like, how does this get him out of office? That's not what we should be looking at. Because this information is just, what does this mean for him legally? That's really all this needs to mean. Yes, we want him out of office and all these type of things. But when these kind of cards pop up, this means to say that it is not about to be some sort of overnight, we got his taxes, he's impeached and removed. That's not what this means. This means we got information. Let's look at the information. Let's build a case, and then let's present it. So this could be into whoever's administration comes next. This could be into there. This is not an overnight thing, even if it does happen overnight with a ruling. This is not something that just, now that we got his taxes, he's done. Don't look at his taxes and his removal in the same sentence, in the same story, in the same reading. Because his taxes may not mean that. Especially since he still has support in high places. So, this is not to be the red meat to the wolves. Oh, his taxes are out, let's go get him. There's a whole process to this. This is not an overnight thing. So be a little more patient, a little more temperate. Yes, somebody can get into his financial information. That does not mean the end for Donald Trump. Not yet. It just doesn't. That way we're not constantly sitting on pins and needles like, when is this thing going to fall and when is this thing going to blow open and everybody's going to get in trouble and no. Don't look at it that way. Calm your nerves. Bye, Jen. I'm leaving too. So there we go. For all intents and purposes. Yeah, we may never see it. We may never see it. Yeah, I thought his taxes were under audit. And then what he said. Oh, Lord. His energy doesn't bother me. Yes, Mary, they are. That's why me too, Susan. That's why I just said, let's not get his taxes and think we're done. Think this is our sort of victory. Because they had every opportunity to already get rid of him and they did not. You think Swalwell, really? That he's not under audit? Yes, it will. Oh, Lord. And what's bad is his supporters don't want to see. They don't care. Oh, yeah. They definitely need to be double the investigations on that. Like, yes. We need to look into it. Like, this is something we needed. It's just not something I want us to run to the finish line and say we're done with. We need a whole lot more, and there's a whole lot more to come. But let's see. Let's do one last reading. I'll ask, is he on the way out soon? Since I said no one knows when he's leaving, but you can always take a shot. So let's see. Is he on the way out? Before November. Will he be gone before November 2020? Will he be gone before November 2020? Walking away. Oh, these cars play too much. I can't do it. Oh, but slowly, methodically, taking a little time. Things have to add up first. The King of Swords. Six of Wands. Six of Swords. Everything I can get that says bye-bye, yes. and temperance. This is an agreement. Thank you, SO. Before November? That's what this is. But y'all know my stance. I said he's going to make it, but the cards have always said he's not. So I will not disagree with them anymore. I will just say they say yes. So I'm going to do what no one should do, but everybody can. Tell me when. When is he leaving? 3 cards. Says 2, 4, 5, 6. So with the stagnation, and the secret, nobody knows. Nobody knows the hour or the day. They don't either. Say 6 to 8 weeks. What is that? 6 to 8 weeks is what? End of August? So, yeah, August sometime. But like I said, nobody knows. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. So, we will see. You got the same thing this morning, Sharon? Here we go. August, September. We'll see. We'll be here. Thank you, Barb. Oh, I did have a question, though. And I don't have my phone, so where's my question? Let me find it. So, oh no, not a question. What I meant was, for the call in. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post a post on the community page. And the post that we post on the community page will sometimes pop up on your homepage of YouTube. Like when you log into YouTube, that very first page, it'll possibly be there somewhere. So I don't have a time and a date because you know I'm a spontaneous person. But I will post a question there. And Judge ordered Flynn's case not to be dismissed. Good. So, yeah, there's going to be a post there, and then we'll do the call in at least probably like the next day. Give people a chance to sort of chime in on the post or see what it's about. You don't have to leave a comment if you just choose to call first or call instead. Bye, Linda. So, yeah, there's that. That's what I think, Colette, but we'll see. We shall see. I was going to do the Shepard Smith one, but I don't really care all that much. So anyway, I will see y'all then. Like I said, I don't know exactly when, but when the post goes up, then the call in will be the next day or later that day, something like that. But just keep an eye out for the post. And I thought I had a question. We could do it now, but I don't have a question. So, well, you don't have to be shy, Susan. We don't know who you are because I don't say anybody's name. That's why I don't do the whole typical tell me your name and tell me where you're calling from. Like, you ain't got to do all that. That's not necessary. Like, you call to tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. That's it. But anyway, so I'll see y'all later. No tarot, not later tonight. No. What are you doing right now? Jules isn't in here. But anyway, I'll see y'all later.